Hi, besties. It's Canella Dea.
It's Mike Drop.
Shout out.
This is Nerd Out. I'm Bud.
This is Ben. This is Jack. I'm Nim.
Zach B. It's Mega Ran.
Dizzy A and Rock Fox that rocks.
Hi, I'm Vice.
It's your boy Biggs the Prophecy.
I'm Daddy Fastman.
It's Talon B. GXC War. Halo here.
I'm Nina Hope.
I'm Rice Direct.
I'm not Mike Joshua.
And welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to
To the inspection.
Hello, Ryan the Inspector here, and this video is just a combination of all the reviews of The Boys that I've done in Season 5. So, without further ado, just enjoy.
Before you start with the video, I wanted to let y'all know I did make a whole video reviewing the first 2 episodes of The Boys. However, shit got fucked up during the editing process. You know how you would click one wrong button and an entire section of work is gone? It was kind of like that. So I threw my hands up and said, fuck it. I'll just watch and review episode 3. But if you want to know the grading for the first 2 episodes, here you go. 15 inches of sheer dynamite, A. Teenage kicks, A. I am a little mad as of writing the script, but to be fair, that video I wanted to make is too long anyway. Now to the review of the 3rd episode. Every one of you sons of bitches. I guess I'll just say this to get this out the way. This episode was on some mid-season finale type shit. They just threw a lot of stuff at you like the season's gonna be 5 episodes instead of 8. However, it wasn't terrible. It just makes me scared for the rest of the season. Now that I got that off my chest, let's dig into the episode. For real this time. With the virus not working for first generation soups like Soulja Boy, one of a few references to GMV in this episode, the boys and the 7 are all racing to get to the one man who might know something. Stan Edgar. Stan the man. Fortunately, the boys get there first. Unfortunately, the 7 are right behind them. Also, Soulja Boy is still a dick, especially to Homelander. Homelander has a, let's just say, coming to Jesus moment. Even though he views himself as Jesus, and that's why he wants to be one so he can be immortal. Oh, and Ryan is back. And when we get the confrontation that we've been waiting for since season 2, Homelander versus Ryan. Of course, if you're on YouTube or any type of social media like I am, you know it doesn't turn out good for Ryan. Honestly, the boys look like they're absolutely fucked, like Kamiko said. But there's a lot more show to go, so we'll see. Not as good as the first 2, but I like this one. Like I said earlier, it was on some mid-season finale shit. But at least we're not waiting all year or all season for some of these loose ends and threads to be tied up. And luckily enough for all of us, we just have to wait a week or a few days or whenever I post this video. Anyways, I enjoyed myself. Some of the stuff could have been saved for later, but they probably have better stuff in store. A-. So far, this season is a lot of fun and I'm really enjoying myself. Hopefully they can keep this up, but I doubt it. I'm sorry, as much as I love this show, I just don't think anyone can do a perfect all A's season. I mean, they're not gods. Back again with another great episode. It's not as good as the first 3 in my opinion because of the generic story and the plot, but the cast does know how to sell even the worst stories. The B and C plots weren't bad either. Well, without further ado, let's get into this episode, shall we?
King of Hell. What? No Crowley? I'm insulted.
Homelander still thinks that he's God and wants his team to sell the good word. Meanwhile, after Ryan recovers from that ass whooping from the last episode, he fucks off and the boys continue to look for V1. They go to a lab in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and all of a sudden, the boys start getting agitated with each other, make fun of each other, and eventually want to kill each other. Not all the boys are there though. In the B plot, Starlight is reconciling with her father, pretty much copying X2 if you ask me. Really not that much to say there, besides that it's cute, I'll give him that. Super Coon is back with Ashley trying to help Firecracker spread the good word of our Lord and Savior Homelander in the C plot. And back to the A plot. Homelander and Soldier Boy are right behind the boys, also looking for the V1. With so much hostility in the air, you know it's going to be a good time. This episode is really good, but not perfect, of course. Like I said, something in the air fucking with everybody's mood. That is a story we've heard before. It was just nice seeing how it affected everybody. Huey's balls were even bigger in this episode. Hell, he even challenged Mother's Milk. I love when Kamiko got so mad she couldn't even talk anymore, reverting back to her primal Wolverine nature. Or should I say, X-23. Who knows? Honestly, Butcher and Frenchie were still the same, and I don't think it affected Homelander or Soldier Boy, but we did find out Homelander has something similar to kryptonite, but Superman is also vulnerable to radiation as well. I guess it's more along the lines of copying. Pretty much the only thing I did like about this episode was how generic the plot was. But if we're going to have an episode filler, this is how you do it. A minus. Oh, and before I forget, if you have seen my predictions reel, you might think that one of my predictions is slightly wrong, which I could be wrong on all of them, but we'll see. All A's so far. Even when they stumble a little bit, they still keep pace. I really have big expectations for this finale. So hell or high water, I really hope they stick the superhero landing. One shot. Okay, people, I have to be honest. I don't know how I feel about this one, and I really don't have that much to say. Don't get me wrong, it was good, but it felt like one of those episodes that's really testing how much the fans love the show. It's a good filler episode, and I don't mind the boys giving us filler for episodes 4 and 5, maybe 6. It just means episodes 7 and 8 are going to be really good. And I know they tried the same strategy for Gen V Season 2, and that didn't work, but that doesn't mean it can't work this time. I feel like I'm rambling, so let's just get to some positives. I got my Supernatural reunion. Yay!
Again, no Crowley. Also,
They gave us the Seth Rogen gang back together again. Also, I always enjoy episodes that tell the story from the perspective of different characters. And seeing the episode mostly from the perspective of the Seven was not a bad idea. But I think those are all the positives I have. Okay, I'm just going to say it. As much as I love Jared Padalecki, I mean, I am a Sandman after all, I don't buy him being a drug-abusing celebrity. This is the first time I felt like he was trying to play a part instead of playing the part. Jensen Ackles, not a hard sell. But Jared, he just looks like too much of a nice guy. Just seems like the type of guy that even if he physically throws you out of his house, he will still call you an Uber. Look, I like this episode, but if there are people who don't like it, it will be hard to argue. B+. It really does feel like wheel spinning. First time it feels like the writers wanted to do 4 episodes, but they were forced to do 8. I am still enjoying myself though. The boys are nothing if not a good time.
although I really wish I would have got an all A season. You know, just this once.
Nope. This time, I'm calling bullshit. I can't explain why, because that would be spoilers, even though I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you saw this episode. But better safe than sorry, I suppose. It's not like the episode sucked. It moved the plot of the season forward. and it was actually pretty good. It's just, I don't know. It still feels like stalling. Enough for the intro. Let's just talk about it. Through the Heavens Fall. Like I said before, this episode doesn't suck. It just did one or two things to piss me off. And again, feels like it's stalling. Well, you know that. For now, let me explain what the episode is about. Through our good old pal, the legend, the boys get a new lead on V1. Sister Sage is still trying to divide Homelander and Soldier Boy. Huey and Starlight are setting up a trap, and the Deep and Noir are still beefing. That's about it. It feels like another filler episode, but it still moves the plot forward. So, I guess a combination of both? I did enjoy the scene where Kamiko met her hero, even though it was a little cheesy. It looks like Mother's Milk might get some sense knocked into him over the next few episodes. I'm glad they're planting the seeds for that. I'm also glad we finally met Bombsight. I have to admit, not what I expected. And if I had to end this with a dislike, without dropping spoilers, the Noir Deep beef was always stupid. They were better off friends. Man, you can tell the writers did not want to do 8 episodes this time around. I bet somebody in the writer's room was thinking they could do it in 4, or at least 5. However, I knew episode 6 was going to be another filler, or in this case, filler-ish. Can't lie, this episode was kind of mid, but it was better than it was worse. B-. Now that's out the way. I know episodes 7 and 8 are going to be straight heat. It has to be. We're reaching the end game now, and I have faith in Eric Kripke. You didn't let me down with Supernatural's first 5 seasons, and he's not going to do it here. But before we go, I just thought of one more good thing about this episode. It really makes me want that Soldier Boy spinoff.
It's one of the few prequels I want to see.
Now that's an episode. That is what I was waiting for. Okay, that episode wasn't perfect, but it was pretty fucking close. So, let's talk about it. The Frenchman, the female, and the man called Mother's Milk. Okay, after watching it a few times, I finally calmed down so I can give a better critique. So let's talk about what this episode is about. It's down to the wire. After the V1 plan failed, the boys are down to their last option. Replicate Soldier Boy's powers, and since Kimiko has the power to regenerate, she is the perfect test subject. Also, she wants to do it. In the meantime, the boys have to figure out Homelander's next move. Meanwhile, Homelander is conducting focus groups to separate the believers from non-believers. Give me Homelander or give me death. As I mentioned before, I love this episode, especially the cameos, such as Jordan Lee and Marie Moreau from Gen V. I hope this isn't the last time we see them. Dognot and that cat bitch come back to apparently sniff each other's butts. Eagle the Archer makes one more appearance. We haven't seen him since season 2. Finally, most importantly, Sam Jackson voices a hammerhead shark. Since the pipeline incident from the last episode, the sea life is apparently tired of the motherfucking deep swimming in the motherfucking ocean. Sidebar, did anyone else think of that skit from the Chappelle Show when watching that scene? Because that's what made it extra hilarious to me.
Hello, Ryan the editor here, and I can't believe I forgot to add this in the writing process, but one more cameo I want to mention was the Joe Kessler cameo. Joe Kessler, played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, also known as, to the Supernatural fans, John Winchester, or as I like to call him, Big Daddy Winchester. I always wondered what happened to Butcher's imaginary friend, and since I gave that criticism on the season finale, the final season of You, I'm gonna give that criticism here on how the imaginary friend was a big deal in season 4, but not in season 5. But the way they did it was very welcome, and I do appreciate it. Sorry for stumbling. Now let's continue with the video.
Oh, and one more thing. We not only find out how this version of Mother's Milk got his nickname, but my mans is finally back. God, I missed him. The only thing I really found disappointing is that I really wanted someone to kill Homelander in this episode, and we kill Butcher in the next episode. But I guess we're going to do that all in one episode in the series finale. Like I said before, I have faith in the showrunner and the writers. To wrap this all up, I really don't have too many bad things to say about this episode. Like I predicted before, this episode was fire. I just hope the series finale will be better. A-. We are reaching the final episode of the series, and I have to admit I'm happy yet sad. Happy that so far, even if the series finale sucks, this was a fantastic show to watch, and sad because I always hate to see a good show end. Though we have to remember, history has shown us that if a show doesn't know when to stop, it will get stupid. It's better to leave the craps table
When you're winning.
After 7 years and 5 seasons, the boys are done. I'm just going to get this out the way. This was a fantastic show. Before we get into it, I'm just going to tell you this is going to contain spoilers because I cannot talk about this episode without dropping heavy spoilers. So, if for some reason you haven't seen it yet, go watch it now and then come back. Okay, first thing I want to say, I don't get how so many people were mad at this episode. No, it wasn't the perfect series finale, but if I had to sum it up in one sentence, I'm going to quote The Lion King. It was slimy, yet satisfying. So let's talk about it. Blood and Bone. I normally don't start with the gripes, but I have to get the biggest one out of the way, and I'll probably give some more later. But I think the biggest mistake was wrapping everything up in one episode. In my opinion, they should have killed Homelander in episode 7 and then killed Butcher in episode 8. To do them both in one episode, it just felt a little rush. But at least we got it over with. So I guess let's just go over the episode. After Frenchie's funeral, Butcher and Sage had to see if Kimiko really has Soldier Boy's chest beam. So, after taking away Sage's powers and making her stupid, which by the way, I didn't like, the boys were all set to take the fight to Homelander. Meanwhile, Homelander and Super Coon are getting ready to address the nation. Ashley is having second thoughts, surprise, surprise, and the Deep is still here. Who knew he would be the last one standing? Oh, and Homelander does go to Ryan and try to give him one more chance, and Ryan told him go fuck himself. So, the boys infiltrate the White House while Homelander addresses the nation. They almost died in the trap since the bad guys did know they were coming, but they're saved by Ashley. The Deep tries to stop them, but Starlight takes care of him with the help of some fish friends. Sam Jackson did warn him. Then Super Coon tries to stop them and finds out that tokens always get spent. Finally, we get the fight we were waiting for. Butcher versus Homelander, fulfilling the promise that they made in Season 3. Blood and bone, shock and awe. The fight to the death where only one of them was left standing. We also will get an assist from Ryan on some Marvel vs. Capcom type shit. Kinda like the Hero-gasm fight now that I think about it. Of course, during the fight, Kimiko is trying to get it up, and after a cliche speech from Ghost Frenchie, she finally blasts Homelander, leaving him powerless. He cries like a bitch, and it's hilarious. With the nod to the comic books, he dies the exact same way clone Homelander did. Also, just like in the comics, you would think that would be the end of it, but of course, Butcher isn't satisfied. So, he grabs a soup-killing virus and plans on unleashing it on Vought Tower. The only one that noticed it is Huey. So, keeping with the comics again, we get our final fight with Huey and Butcher. Although I liked the final fight fight was a little disappointing. It's one of the few times that I think we all can agree the comics did it better. In the end, we still got our happy ending, since in this version, the boys, with the exception of Frenchie, were not killed. After Butcher's funeral, which was hilarious, Kamiko got a dog and traveled the world, even though it was bittersweet. Mother's Milk remarried his wife and adopted Ryan? I don't know. It's not clear. Finally, Huey and Starlight lived happily ever after, with a new baby on the way. Although I don't know what's weirder though. The fact that Annie is still fighting crime while pregnant, or the fact that they're going to name the baby Robin. That's it. The end. That took way longer than I expected. So, pretty much gave off what I liked and disliked in that little telling of the episode. So, I'll just tell you what I think of the episode overall. As an episode, it's fine. As a series finale, it was too short. It did check most of the boxes of a series finale, and I got a lot of closure. No dumb cliffhangers or setup for spinoffs, so that's a plus. But like I said in the beginning, it would have been so much better if they split this finale into 2 episodes, or at least have this episode be 2 hours long. Yeah, it could have been better. But let's not kid ourselves here. They could have done so much worse. B+. Now, let's do the season report card. 15 inches of sheer dynamite. A. Teenage kicks. A. Every one of you sins of bitches. A-. King of Hell. A-. One Shot. B+. Through the Heavens Fall. B-. The Frenchman, the Female, and the Man They Call Mother's Milk. A-. Blood and Bone. B+. All in all, I will give this season an A-. Just for shits and giggles, let's do a report card of the series. Season 1, B+. Season 2, A+. Season 3, B+. Season 4, A. Season 5, A-. Overall, I'll get the series an A. Fantastic series with a satisfying ending. I cannot say that about a lot of my favorite shows. A part of me wants that Soulja Boy spinoff, since he got hoed in the final episode. Also, it's a shame we're not going to get a season 3 of Gen V. I would not have minded it. In the end, this show is definitely going into my favorite TV shows pile. I guess I haven't got anything else to say, so I'll say this. Oi, fuck off, cunts.